back in my village, they call it yuko jamna. You get yuko jamna. No, you see the berry tree. Sijui zambarau inaitwa aje kwa English?
Sijui tu ni zambarau.
Au kuna English aid? Okay, like yuko jamna is like, let's say that's a tree and it has zambarau. Now you shake it and it falls to the people who are down. So they say yuko jamna, meaning the politician comes and gives the money. But now juu tumekubali hii pesa, we've already voted in someone who is corrupt. But according to you, you're expecting this person to go and legislate, represent huko parliament. Easy laws zikikuwa made, like the recent finance bill. They them themselves, they are learned. They read this thing and they see it's going to bring more harm than good to Kenyans. But because they've been given 2 million and they are corrupt, they vote yes for things that are not bringing harm to our country.
Welcome to 369 degrees. It's your boy Bobby Kings. Actually, today niko na mse wangu mwenye anakuanga mtu wa dry jokes, and creative, yeah, but sometimes funny. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, good people? This is your boy Heli. Ignore what this guy has said. Nah, today we have a pretty lady. Watch introduce.
Okay, guys. Thank you 369. Degrees podcast for inviting me over here. It's a great pleasure.
Unajua nini tumekuita sisi?
Sijui lakini mguu ilisema wewe kuja.
Ulisema ikambe ni nafaa.
Ndio sasa. So
okay, so
I have introduced myself.
Oh, sorry.
Naraka bro.
Okay. My name is Beatrice. I'm a student at Daystar. Mimi ni mwanasiasa. Unajua mimi ni mjaluo, sasa sijui Kiswahili, like ni anayeibuka ama anayeipuka.
Mwanasiasa
someone who is upcoming.
Anayechipuka.
Yeah, I'm an upcoming politician, I believe so. They say if you want something you unaanza kujitambulisha mapema, right? Also a director. I have a company. It's called Achin OBC. Then Achin basically means a boy from the rags.
A boy from?
A boy from the rags.
Then from the rags.
OBC is Okoa Boy Child. So that's a foundation under Achin. Niligundua Boy Child umetupwa mbali. So me I'm with the Boy Child, niko na nyinyi wote. You don't have to worry as long as you protect us, the girls, ndio.
Yeah.
So nimesema I'm a student, right?
Yes.
Mimi ni Gen Z.
Ni Gen Z.
Yeah.
Ndio umesumbua serikali hapa.
Tunawalainisha. Thank you.
Talking of politics, you umeanza tu hapa na you said you are aspired politician, you know. Mm-hmm. So what's your take on the other one is simple to light. Unaona tulichezwa ama kilifanyika kenye kilikuwa inafaa kufanyika? In terms of people were rejecting this and it was rejected, and then now they said, you know, we want to fire some people out of office who are corrupt. Do you think this government is ready to fight corruption?
I really don't think so, because while the Gen Zs went to the streets, we went with one agenda.
Yeah.
And that agenda gave birth to another one. Right. So we find that sisi tulienda ku reject finance bills, ndio.
Yeah.
Mambo ikakuja sasa wanatoa CS who are
office at that time?
And then it happened that these CSs that were fired, the ones that were being nominated were allies of the CSs who were fired. Hapo tushachezwa 1-0, right?
1-0.
You look at the CS of education, the one that was nominated. He was the running mate of now the former CS of education. Si hapo hadi mnaangalia tu hivi mnaona.
It's the
Ini kadi tu. Nafanya tu hivi.
Tumechezwa. So ndio nashangaa niulize, do you think there will ever have a change in this country?
A change will come. But it starts with us. Sasa unajua, at this point I look at things and say it's not time to go to the streets, because the politicians, I can say without fearing anything, they are now using the taxpayers' money to infiltrate the organic protests that were there before. Sasa hatuna nguvu. You go to the streets, the police brutalize you. You go to the streets, you're arrested. You demonstrate, you're right. Unakuwa abducted ndani ya Subaru. So I think it's now time for us to sit down. Tuachane na hii mambo ya kwenda streets juu. Okay, washatucheza hapo. It's something that hatuwezi kataa, because it's now out of our hand. Juu unaona alisema tusimwite Zakayo, lakini huyo jamaa wetu Willy. Willy is now working in Muranga, in Embu, telling people, you know what, we had plans, blah blah blah. According to my own thinking, as I'm sitting like right now here, unaona when politicians are now going for these positions. For example, I want to vie for member of parliament position in my constituency, right? Najua lazima niwape kitu kidogo is when they'll vote for me. I look for 50 million. I go do my campaigns. They elect me. Sinilimwaga pale 50 million. Wakanichagua. Si ndio? Nikiingia kwa ofisi, what is my first priority? I'm giving my loyalty to my investment. So the first 4 years, ile mama mboga nilimpea 200, kanipigia kura, nikaingia kwa ofisi. Mama mboga alijua umenipea 200 sahi, najua uko mbele utanisaidia, mtoto atapata CDF, ataenda shule, maji itakuwa kwa community, barabara nikienda kutafuta vitu kwa soko, barabara itakuwa sawa, atakaa kumenyesha. But now it comes out that this money that was supposed to help mama mboga is now going back to the investment. Ile 200 yake ananyang'anyo in a hole. You understand?
Yeah.
So these people, I don't want to mention names, but there is a friend of mine who was telling me their MP was voted in. Are we allowed to use curse words? Because some politicians are
endelea
niachane nayo. So like this politician,
niachane nayo, endelea. We have a
that's but no, this politician after being elected, he fled to the US. The guy doesn't attend parliamentary sessions. He only comes back to sign the CDF, takes his part, get back to the US, and then the fourth, fifth year, he'll now come back, fanya 1-2, danganya wananchi, they now vote in. So it starts with us. That's why I'm saying it starts with us. Tukiacha kuchukua hiyo pesa yake kidogo, then tuanze kuangalia leaders who are accountable, leaders who have integrity. I'm seeing right now in my constituency, we are having a re-election. You understand? My super MP, I can say that, yeah, amejaribu. Yeah, amejaribu since 2013. That's Opio Wandai, the current CS Energy. We are now having re-elections because he was nominated as a CS, right? And from the look of things, kuna hii mambo inakujanga na chama. You understand? Where now ule mtu Raila atakuja amshike mkono na seme
ndio hiyo.
Tunajua mambo ya
Yep.
the sita thing. It's called
Unaitanga full suit ama nini?
No.
Inapiganga kura from juu to
Hiyo block six piece.
Oh, 6 piece, yeah.
6 piece.
Yeah.
That thing has brought a lot of mystery. Because sahi, I understand there are candidates who have potential to replace Opio Wandai and do more than Opio did. But mambo ya chama ikiingia tu katikati, they are going to give the position to someone who is going to take our constituency back to where it was.
But sometimes I look at things in this perspective. Why? Okay, the chama will do whatever it wants to do. But like the last election, we saw people who stood for independent candidates. I hope it's high time this country to achukue in a box where it must be a certain party tunawapigia your 6 piece kutoka juu mpaka chini huwa a certain party. Those things that are not making sense anymore. The only I'm so happy to see we started a debate then. People are opening up their minds because, for example, that finance bill ilikuwa triggers ndio. We know it was a trigger. No one is saying that was the issue or that was bullying Kenyans. It was an issue, yes, but it was just a huge trigger. Na jaribu kuangalia scenario where now as the people who are a certain generation who venye diko learned, it's high time now to find civil education mpaka mashinani.
Exactly.
Because the MPs hawataifanya hiyo kitu. Because the MPs hawataisimama hata siku moja. For example, that financial bill should be have been inakuwa public participation in every single county. Ni watu wangapi wanajua in their county ili participate wa wapi na saa ngapi na lini
na kina nani
na akina nani? Did you make our grandmothers understand ni nini wanasema about in their local dialect? Because English is not our official, it's just our official language, but Kiswahili it's more understandable in huko mashinani kuliko our grandmothers. Can you interpret that to their local language and make it understand? So changing, I'm hoping for change. I'm just hoping for a change, but I'm hoping for change in this dimension. I'm hoping a change where Kenyans will not vote according to their national party, tribe, and people who wenye na siko baya. I sometimes I think things that I don't know if this is right to say it, but I will say it in this camera. I don't understand mtu mwenye akona 65 years anaenda kupanga line na vote. Najua it's your right, iko kwa constitution, lakini which future are you voting for? You are 65, your future was like 30 years. I have a parent who is, I know he's there, but sengine namuulizanga just a normal conversation we are talking about politics. Ataanza kuniambia mtu wetu hakuna kitu kama that
kijana yetu
inani boingi. Wacha niseme tu kweli, inani boingi kama hiyo. It is none of my damn business that guy is making millions of money there while I'm here doing my own thing. Hapo naambia mtu wa nani?
Mtu yetu.
Umegonjeka. Si uende kwa nini yake tuone kama utafunguliwa gate. So it pisses me off sometimes, and it
actually on that note of mtu yetu, I've been talking to most of the young Luos who are interested in politics, some from my school, some from outside my school, and then we were rejecting this finance bill together now because John Mbadi is the CS Treasury, and now Opio Wandai is CS Energy. Now they're supporting the government. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with some people? Mtietu and you're suffering. Mtietu, you're not doing exams because you don't have school fees. How is Mtietu helping you?
Yeah, so okay. And nimesikia some amazing pointers But sasa mi pia niko na swali because we have the issue at hand. And how can we actually sit down with the government, and who are those that are supposed to sit down with the government? Because we can't all go to sit down with the government when the political can I say it's a political rally, the Gen Zs? Anasema it's okay.
It's not
leaderless.
not
Let me just say it. It's leaderless, it's tribeless, and it's partyless. So you have to sit down. Who will sit down with the government?
Well,
can I answer that before I'm out to answer?
Let me just talk what's on my mind. Okay, it's if you look at this thing very well, tukiangalia venye the Gen Zs who are carrying out themselves. Okay, it's partyless, it's leaderless, sorry, and it's fearless. So, okay, for something like mediation to take place, there must be both parties and people who are representing, right? But the reason to why Gen Zs didn't want this is because, okay, we know we are learned, we know we need someone to represent us, but we know because these politicians, they have money. Once you go there, you're going to be compromised. Utapewa pesa now, akili sasa ifanyi. The mission is not going to be the same. But we really know we need someone to represent us. But we know the villains we have in the government. But in real sense, when you talk to most of the people, that is it.
Another point to me as ever, I don't really think there was a purpose for someone to, because morals don't need manzi. Morals don't need discussions. What are you going to discuss? If you are corrupt, you are corrupt. Unaniget? We are just, wacha nikwambie, kwenye utafika mahali kwa mtoto wako ndio anakucorrect bro, juu umepotea. Unaniget? Because imefika place hii gava imekuwa so much corrupt to a point where imekuwa our moms were lied to. Unaniget? Our grandfathers and grandmothers were lied to. We are seeing this script from this stage to this stage and to this stage and to this stage. We are not politicians. So this was not actually a political movement. It was a genuine talk, genuine cry, and genuine kila kitu ilikuwa
something genuine.
Organic 100%. Unaniget? So you coming up, you saying you want to, bro, we don't want you to discuss. No. If you find this person is not suitable according to the morals of our constitution, when you unafaa kuwa as a leader, then you need to step out. So we don't need a leader for someone to tell you, read the constitution, look what we need for, replace that person with someone who mwenye ni worthy the morals. Unaniget? Now the problem comes in here. The person who is the head of it is a mastermind and has been in this game for politics for a very long time. People who are coming out to speak the truth, they are not politicians. That's to me, if we continue this for a while, the next person who mwenye atakuja kuingiza kwa hizo tunazitanga political seats will not be a politician. They will not be politicians. And people complain of ati pesa. Watu wanakula pesa na utakula hiyo 50 million yako na utapata hiyo kiti, and there is no way we will go.
Na sasa wewe unaona actually shida iko kwa politicians ama shida ni sisi wenyewe?
Shida ni sisi.
Ni sisi.
Let me talk on that point. When I was telling you, it starts with us, because we are accepting to take the bribes, or rather the small, you know, in back in my village, they call it yuko jamna. You get yuko jamna. No, you see the berry tree. Sijui zambarau inaitwa aje kwa English?
Sijui tu ni zambarau.
Uko na English aid. Okay, like yuko jamna is like, let's say that's a tree and it has zambarau. Now you shake it and it falls to the people who are down. So they say yuko jamna, meaning the politician comes and gives the money. But now juu tumekubali hii pesa, we've already voted in someone who's corrupt. But according to you, you're expecting this person to go and legislate akurepresent huko parliament. Easy laws zikikuwa made like the recent finance bill, they them themselves, they are learned, they read this thing and they see it's going to bring more harm than good to Kenyans, but because they've been given 2 million and they are corrupt, wanakanyagilia, they vote yes for things that are
not
bringing harm to our country. So
okay, I'm saying you kumekuwa na leaders from way back, na siamini every leader that we voted in amekuwa corrupt ama nini. What if kuna systems zenye ziko in place in that hata sometimes unaweza sikia you're in that political seat but you have no mandate or you have no power at all to change some of the things, even if you are morally correct and you want to do some of the things.
I believe in, if you are in a certain office and it's a public office and you don't have the power, you have the right to kuroroa. You have the right to speak out.
Maybe what if they're afraid?
Wacha nikwambie.
Shako mwanasiasa, ukisha kwa mwanasiasa afraid ni story ya jaba.
Not only that, you can never live in fear the rest of your life. Unaniget? It's inafikanga place unaona these people are too much. You just step down.
Bude ujaona ile kitu inasemekananga nisipokula mtu mwingine atakula.
But is your questions clear? Did you speak right? Did you speak about it?
Okay.
So unajua the problem ni to live in a country where to normalize the abnormal things in the West. Na tumechukua
but mimi
na tumechukua the abnormal things in the West normalize huko kwetu.
Mimi I believe once you are a leader and you are in a position, your position yako kama we ni MCA, you have the power over your territory, which is your ward. So hakuna venye utasema ati hauna power to change. There's nothing like that. You have all the powers because umechaguliwa hapo and unafaa kuwork hapo. So hapo hiyo story yako, you don't have the powers, hiyo ni uongo. Not unless something is being finyiliwad mahali, but hiyo ni uongo. Powers hauwezi kosa. That's a lie. I was thinking of something but imenipotea kidogo, though it was something very crucial, but ni sawa.
Do you mean, I mean, kitu kimoja, we are actually not fighting the politicians, we are actually fighting the value system, because it boils down to everything. It boils down to when unatuma mtu yeye anakataa, then you're like nitakubaia sweetie ndio aende. To all the way to our parents telling us that sitaki kuwa na mtu wa kabila fulani nini. Kama saizi maybe amekwambia usijaribu kuniletea Mkikuyu, usijaribu kuniletea Mjaluo, usijaribu kuniletea sijui Mmeru nini and all that. So mimi na feel ni kama,
but nikuulize, sorry for cutting you short, after hiyo Tokyo yote, who makes the decision?
Yourself.
Still unaweza kuwa influenced by those type of words.
Because I'm just asking, who makes the decisions after all those things?
Then ask yourself, which generation are we?
Because
some things are past.
My mom is Taita. My mom is Taita. My dad is from Western. Who should I choose? It doesn't. Okay. Najua huko kwa village it makes sense for them. Get? That's why we are talking about civic education to the ground. Me, I feel it's high time for the next 2 years in zimebaki. People need to educate. Nisione pastor amesimama kwa matatu hapo ananihubiria. Nataka kuona activist amesimama hapo ananiongelesha about
what they've been doing actually.
What is happening. Unaniget? Jumi huyu akiniambia nimtolee 10 ama sadaka, mimi namtolea roho safi. Not because ni wrong kukua nini anafanya kitu na after that au wherever ana preach na nini ataenda home atahitaji nini. That one, trust to me, most of people will give for him. Unanipata? Because he has something to do home.
Yeah, that's right.
Unaget? Haizi shinda siku mzima akizunguka kwa hizo matatu akifanya activism na nyumbani enda lala nje. That one I trust to me. But I'm just tired of unnecessary noises kwa maths. Nataka watu wa get educated. Ukienda Mombasa, heri asimame for 15 minutes. Ashukie wherever anashukia hapo. Tukifika mahali mwingine ashike. Because seriously, these politicians are radical. It's high time kama wananchi we become radical.
They keep on showing us the middle finger, but pia as young people sasa watu wamejua like the trend is have you seen a poor politician?
No.
Anyway. No. Have you seen a poor politician?
Kidogo niseme Salasia nikakumbuka ni sawa.
So like most of the mates when wanapenda siasa naongea nao sometimes we really argue a lot because we want to bring the change, but most of them they're influenced na ile mambo ya me when I get there. Unajua ukishakuwa mwanasiasa, let's say you're a governor or an MP, you have access to these parastatals, these government institutions, like wanitanga connection. Now people are there for business to loot the money that we are fighting inchi could developed. But now the young people who now want to get into these positions, they also have that mind, and it's something that I'm telling young people to change their thinking on that, because we have the change in our hands actually. And tukianza kufikiria tu ati mimi nataka nikue pale nikiappointiwa CS niomoke ifanye mabiashara zangu madeals nini, they are swayed by things. Umesikia tu mtu amepiga story mahali ati Oscar Sudi amefanya deal akona 20 million kwa gunia. Those people maybe they work hard, maybe they don't, so don't be swayed by such. If you're a true leader, if that's your calling, go for it. Lakini tusinde na ile thinking ya biashara nini, then it's gonna work, we're gonna bring a change. But if we are bringing the young villains inside, we are gone, we are not gonna bring any change.
As an inclusive this we are in Africa, which country do you think in Africa is doing it right?
In Africa, let me say that is trying. But Botswana, maybe because their president ali reduce the
burden.
Not the burden actually, but reduce the salaries of politicians, akaongeza ya civil servants. Maybe they are making a step.
Okay, actually, Botswana, you're in the right path. They are in the right path, not you. They are in the right path, sorry. They're in the right path.
I'm in the right path.
Yeah.
Path ya Christ.
Because the very few scandals utasikia from Botswana, to be honest. Very few. But the rest of us, tusisema Eswatini, hiyo ni disaster.
Like it's something at least positive tumeona.
Yeah. It's tough. West ni most ni makuu and whatever. North hata sijonge ni nini wanaendeleza north. I don't think there is no. East ni sisi sasa giants.
Uganda they try protesting. Finyo watu hivi.
Apart from politics, let's go to something different now. Eli, hebu chukua flow. Uliza swali ya kwanza. Hii energy ya politics manze inaanza kuleta energy nyingine hapo, inakuwa so much serious and
Mother, we are crying as a nation. So sometimes some of the things that we are saying is actually something that's so profound. Maybe to the news not to affect. Yeah, so politicians, man, you guys just need to do better before you continue. And if you're a politician and you're saying this, man, we don't hate you guys. We are just asking you to do better. And doing better, it's a guaranteed future for our kids, for your kids. It's a Kenya that we all want and love. We don't need to go around chasing the American dream when we can be chasing the Kenyan dream.